All right, guys, Scroll Open is here and I'm super excited. I'm excited to see what everyone's gonna be building. I'm so excited that I've decided to start building alongside you guys. I think it will be super cool to see an idea come to life. I used to do this all the time when I used to go to hackathons and we would be part of a team, create a cool idea, build it all over a weekend, and then see it get launched. And so I'm gonna start this week with coming up with a bunch of ideas and trying to scope it out so much so that I know exactly what to build. Let's go. All right, it's day one, week one, all about ideas. I'm gonna start brainstorming some ideas and hopefully some are pretty good so I can start validating and testing them in public.
It's day 3 and I don't have a good idea yet and a huge writer's block. And this just forces so much more respect for all the builders out there. But I need to figure out how to solve this. So I'm gonna spend right now a shit ton of time diving in, making sure I learn about ideating, coming up with great ideas and how to validate and maybe even pivot these ideas. First stop, the Build Space Lecture 1.
So the week started, I'm all excited, thought of a bunch of ideas, or I thought it would be easy to come up with a bunch of ideas, sat myself down and started to do some research. I know some things that I'm excited about. I'm excited about AI and the way it increases productivity. But then very quickly I came to like a writer's blog or like an idea blog because there's just like so much going on. I mean, you see all these AI agents popping up, you see all these AI tools popping up. And what's worse is that I got into this whole mode where it's like, I don't even know how to code properly anymore. And so by day 3, what I did is I took a pause and I went and did some research. I watched a lot of build space videos. I watched a lot of videos from Furkan, the founder of Effing, and it kind of reminded me of something that he taught us when I was working at Third Web, and that an idea should have like a 1-hour version, a 1-day version, and 1-week version. It should be small. It should be very, very clear, something you're excited about, maybe a problem that you can solve. And so I tried to gather all these things and structure my thoughts to come up with like a proper idea that I could actually build. And then I really wanted to like have something that I could write out and be very specific so I could test and validate it. And this is probably one of the scariest part for me because, you know, putting your idea out there to get it shot down is not great. But I took a step back, I did a lot of research, watched a lot of videos about how do you go from ideating to like a design, but didn't try to touch that part too much. Had a whole list of ideas, chatted a lot with ChatGPT, and then I had a pretty cool list. And so the next step was validating this idea. So my idea is to have a startup studio app where if you come in, you have a module that helps you ideate and brainstorm. It's kind of like a chat function. And then this app would help you with some sort of a design. So wireframes maybe, basic design, lo-fi designs. And then from that lo-fi design, it would build out a front end and deploy it via using Vercel or something like that. So getting very, very quickly your idea out of the door. And so I did a tweet. Unfortunately, it didn't get much traction. And so this was a little bit discouraging. I didn't spend too much time online, like, you know, tweeting about it and going through the whole thought process. Looking back, I definitely wished I would have just like tweeted the first thing and just like tweeted everything that was going through my mind. But yeah, so the traction online wasn't that great. But what was great is that I was speaking to my friends and I was speaking to some founders and I was like, hey, what if you had something like this? I think that I got some positive feedback. So that was for me, I think by day 5, where I was like, okay, there's maybe something here. It's a fun, cool project, but I had this whole list of features and then I already realized I need to scope this down. And so by day 5, day 6, I started to focus there. So towards the end of the week, I started to think, what is a 1-hour version of this app? And so I spoke a lot with ChatGPT because like I said, I completely forgot how to code, which gives me a lot of anxiety. But I started to think about what does a 1 hour version of this app look like and a 1 day version of this app. And a team member of mine, Ren Hao, he's very, very good at building product specs. So he has actually taught me how to build one-pagers for like a product where, you know, you talk about the features, you talk about, you know, the resources needed to build something out like that. So I started to interact with ChatGPT. I have a somewhat of a scope of a 1 hour, 1 day version of this app. I still need to flesh it out. All these tools are new to me. I saw that Figma actually has a plugin now that if you have a lo-fi design or a design, it just spits out the front end Next.js code, which is wild to me. So I'm starting in the research phase, looking at all these tools that can help me basically build this app, and I'm curating them, and that will be the next stage. I'm gonna scope it down, making sure it's small, make sure it's simple, that so much so that I can focus on building and shipping the core features. I'm gonna be building on my own, and I'm gonna be focusing on making sure this idea keeps getting validated. But for now, I feel very comfortable with my idea. I am at least personally very excited about it, and hopefully other people are similar excited about it, and I will launch it during Scroll Open. So the past week was all about researching about, okay, how do you ideate? Obviously, I've been doing that for a big part of my hackathon career, going through like the research material, and we'll be sharing that in a separate lecture video. But for me, I'm excited about my idea, but please let me know what you guys think of my idea. Do you think it's cool or not? Would someone like want to build this with me maybe? Excited to see this come to life. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll keep sharing updates throughout the weeks of Scroll Open, and sharing my journey of building this idea, making sure it comes to life side by side with you guys. Excited what you guys think. Peace.